Oh man, I don't believe it. I'm such a habit of coming on to Vox Populi to do my rant every Friday, and it's down. They're doing updates. Great. Just great. Hey, everybody, MntDewMania here. As you saw from the entrance, man, I tell you what, when Vox Populi goes down for updates or something like that, I just feel so lost. I am in such a habit of going there. It's like my go-to for just about any time I want to talk to you guys. I get totally just lost. But I have found myself here on a server provided by one of our probably going to be new members of the TryHard. His name is Reek. He lives on that little island right over there. Him and his brother are make up the team Reek and Havoc, and they do some YouTubing, and we kind of found each other across the spaces of YouTube, and he's a very decent guy. I like him. I think he's going to fit in well with the TryHards when he gets through with our initiation. But in the meantime, he has a server he has put on SkyFactory 3, and I'm doing a little island on here, and he's invited the TryHards to come on. I thought was very nice of him, and he actually is the reason behind this week's Redneck rant. We were having a conversation on Skype, and he said something about habit. And I got to thinking about that after we finished our conversation, and I'm like, you know what? That is a good thing to talk about, because if you're keeping up with me, and I sincerely hope you are, even though we're not on Vox Populi, this is the letter H in the 5th season of Redneck Rants, and H is for habit, or habits. Now, just to make sure everybody knows what everybody's talking about, the handy-dandy dictionary is saying the definition of habit is it's an acquired behavior pattern regularly followed until it has become almost involuntary. A perfect example of a habit, believe it or not, is when you come to a road, cross the street, you look both ways. You have been taught this and taught this and taught this since you were a child, probably. You've done it so many times, now it's a habit. You do it without thinking about it. You do it. Okay? And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Because, like with all things, there are good habits and there are bad habits. And then there are habits that just annoy the heck out of you and you want to slap people in the face. Yeah. So let's kind of look at all three sides. Like I tend to try to do, I look at every side of everything. If you think about it, it's good habits. Aristotle said, "Good habits formed at youth make all the difference." Now, that is very, very true. If your mom and dad harp on you when you're little, make sure you brush your teeth. Brush your teeth after meals, brush your teeth, brush your teeth. I promise you that is a good habit to get into. Eating right is a good habit to get into young. If you make it a habit young, you're going to do it without even thinking about it. I think that's how a lot of people get stuck with bad habits, because, well, I'm so old I can't change. Trust me, that is my go-to excuse every time something comes out of my mouth that I need to change. I'm just too old. That's my go-to for just about any bad habit I want to keep. Let's be honest. So, but there are some good habits I really do think that we really, need to teach our kids. And once they make it a habit, they're going to do it. Once you get in the habit of doing something, it's really hard to break it. Perfect example, notwithstanding the 10 million chemicals and drugs, smoking. It's a habit. It's a habit you learn. It's a habit your body learns to do. It learns to take the cigarette to the mouth, put it down, to the mouth, put it down, to the mouth, put it down. And when you don't smoke, you will find yourself doing that same motion. It's anything that you do continuously like that until you don't even have to think about it is a habit. So stop right now and kind of sit there. What are your good and bad habits? Now, really be critical with yourself. Don't, this is me and you talking. There ain't nobody else here. What are some of your bad habits that you need to get rid of? Um, mine is TV food. Because when I sit down, I am the habit of grabbing something to eat, usually junky snack stuff that I do not need, before I do that. Before I watch a TV show, a movie, anything. Sit down at the computer, gotta grab something. That is a bad habit of mine. Now, if I had healthy snacks, it probably wouldn't be that bad. But I'm in the habit of, and even though I'm a diabetic, I am the world's worst. If there is a snack cake in this house, I will grab it in a minute. And that's a bad habit of mine. It's not a healthy thing to do. Um, Jerome Hahn said, the only proper way to eliminate bad habits is to replace them with good ones. That's another problem that I have. If you try to get rid of a bad habit, you figure out, okay, this is just a bad habit. I've got to get rid, whatever it is. I've got to get rid of this. I've got to quit doing this. The trouble is you don't replace it with anything. You just try to stop or go cold turkey or, okay, I know this annoys people. I'm not going to do it anymore. Somebody might even call you out on it. If you have a real true friend, they will. Look, Fred, you can't keep doing this. It's annoying. Okay? And it annoys everybody around you, and I'm your friend, and I want to tell you, you need to get in the habit of not doing that. Okay, so you go home and you take Fred's advice. You know what? Fred's right. I shouldn't do that. I mean, it's rude. It's a bad habit. I've got a bad habit of doing it, whatever it is. Blowing your nose at the dinner table. I don't know. Just whatever which is a bad habit, by the way. But just whatever it is. Another one of my bad habits I have noticed since I've started doing YouTube is I say a lot. And I never really noticed that because seriously, how long do you talk? You know what I'm saying? When you usually talk to somebody, they talk. There's you're quiet. You're listening. Then you talk, and it's broken up. Doing YouTube can bring out some bad habits that you didn't know you had, and I didn't know I had that one. And I'm trying right now not to do it, but it takes practice. It takes practice, and if you have a bad habit, you need to replace it with a good habit. That's why I'm saying, if you have kids, teach them good habits young, and it will become second nature. They won't even think about it. They'll think it's normal. Yeah, everybody brushes their teeth 3 times a day. Sure, son. Everybody flosses. They're not going to know the difference. Uh, um, it's habits have a way though of kind of getting in the way of life sometimes. Sean Covey said, depending on what they are, our habits will either make us or break us. We become what we repeatedly do. Now, think about the people you know. Now, there's people that you just absolutely love to death, and there are those people that everybody has that annoying one thing, that one habit that just gets on your nerves. Oh God, I hope Fred ain't at the party this year because when he starts doing so and so, I know it's a habit, but it drives me crazy. You can get known for your bad habits, and it can affect how people interact with you. And you've never even noticed. That's what I'm saying. How all my rants kind of hook together. Remember when we talked about friends, best friends, and what do you want in a best friend? This is when you want a best friend to tell you, look, that little thingamabob you do, or when you crack your knuckles all the time, or whatever that habit is that you have, it is annoying, and people are avoiding you, Fred, because it's a bad habit and you won't stop it. So people don't want to come to the same party that you're at because they don't want to deal with that habit of yours. Okay? And the thing is, not 9 times out of 10, 5 times out of 10 at the least, you don't even know you have a habit until somebody points it out. Or you're just most people are very unconscious of themselves. You know what I'm saying? You do things so automatically, it doesn't even register with you because you've done it for so long. And I mean, when you're up, it's a habit. You know, how many times have you heard a grandparent say, you know, when I watched when I watched little Sally and Johnny today, I noticed a habit he has of doing whatever. Does he do that? Oh yeah, it's just a habit. Don't worry about it. The problem is you do need to worry about it because later it's going to come back and haunt little Johnny because you didn't do anything about it. And like I said, little Johnny doesn't know any different, you know? I mean, he's just doing it, and nobody's telling him it's a bad thing to do, and nobody's trying to fix it. You know, I've got dishes to do. It's not a bad thing. It's okay. It's just a little habit. He'll get over it. No, Johnny probably ain't going to get over it. And Johnny's going to pay for it later. Bad habits are like, let me give you an analogy. Bad habits are like a comfortable bed, okay? Imagine the most comfortable, softest bed you have ever lain in your life. Oh my God, you can feel it right now. It's just enveloping your whole body, isn't it? Oh my God, it's so comfortable. And it was so easy to get into. You just slid right in. And those fuzzy warm blankets, oh, and that mattress, oh, it was so easy to get into. And it's so hard to get out of. You can't get out no matter how hard you try because it's so comfortable. That's how a habit is. It's easy to slip into one. You won't even know you've done it. You will not even know until somebody points it out to you. And you go, my God, when the world I start doing that? About 10 years ago. And you don't even know. It's comfortable to you. You know, you can't get out of it now unless you consciously decide to do it. And it is a hard thing to do. But this can also, do not think that all habits are a negative thing. They are not. And I will tell you why. You say, okay, I want to be like so-and-so. So-and-so is so successful at whatever they do. YouTube, a job, at your school, whatever so-and-so does that you just absolutely just love about them. I guarantee you, and so will Brian Tracy, because Brian Tracy said, successful people are simply those with successful habits. You watch so-and-so on YouTube, and you want to be like so-and-so on YouTube, or at your job, or at your school, or in a sport, or whatever. I guarantee you guys that so-and-so has some really good ethics about something. I guarantee it. And if you study that person, study them close, okay? I guarantee you that they have some kind of routine or some habits that they religiously do. They stay organized. They do such and such in the morning. They stay on a schedule. They make sure to keep up with whatever. And these are habits they have developed over time to the point that now They are just automatic. They just do them. They are habits they have formed. But they are positive, good habits that keep that person just on top of their game all the time. Did it take discipline? Yes. Did it take a lot of work and motivation to get there? Yes, it most definitely did. But once those things become habit with you, you are going to tear it up. I guarantee it. You all of a sudden you will be, you get up. Man, I don't want to do a video today. I'm tired at school, and I just want to play a game with my friends and I don't, man. And you think to yourself, man, I don't. How did I get into this rut? Man, I need to get motivated. I need to do what so and so's doing. So just study so and so. Ask them questions like if they have a live stream or something. I mean, what do you do? Go back and watch vlogs when they're talking about stuff. A lot of people, I have picked up a lot of good hints from just listening to people, when they talk about, oh, when I upload, when I do this, I always, I've got myself in the habit of ABC. And people will tell you what they do, what their habits are. You can pick up a lot of good information on how to do just about anything, and you just have to get in the habit of it. If you want something bad enough, you're going to get in the habit of doing it. You just have to want it bad enough. All right? So there you go, guys. H is for habits. We all have good ones. We all have bad ones. We all try to work on them. Sometimes we fail. Sometimes we don't. But let me know in the comments below, do you think, one of your better habits, and what do you think is one of your worst habits? All right? And I will catch you guys next time. But for now, thank you to Reek of Reek and Havoc, who is in the process of becoming our newest member of the TryHards. Thank him for allowing us to play on his server. Very grateful, sir. Thank you very much. And I will make sure and link him along with the rest of the TryHards. Go check them out. And I guess I will catch you guys next time. And thanks for sticking around. And anytime you have a suggestion for a letter of our rants, put it in the comments below, and I will take a look at it, alright? So till next time, this is MntDewMania. This is Redneck Rants. I am so out of here. Later, guys.